Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Rebel Without a Crew, or how a 23-year-old filmmaker with $7,000 became a Hollywood player. And this is written by Robert Rodriguez, the director of El Mariachi and Desperado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, the Spy Kids movies, and recently the Book of Boba Fett. And this book is actually a diary. It is Robert Rodriguez writing about his experiences through writing El Mariachi, what brought it about in his head, the filming of it, the shopping of it, the production of it, and like the festival circuits and all the releases. And I really like Robert Rodriguez's voice. He's an interesting person, and I think it's like a fun journey with like this 23-year-old who finds fame unexpectedly and just like, this is how I'm dealing with it. And, you know, he's complaining about like the travel and having to leave Texas and go out to LA and Utah and all these different places. And it's very human and it's very honest, and you get this sense that like this is just a guy who loves film, was inspired, had $7,000 and somehow made this film. And I'm a big fan of Robert Rodriguez and a lot of the things that he did. And El Mariachi is such a great, very micro-budget indie film. And you learn so much about the filmmaking process through him processing his thoughts. And especially, it's an interesting time capsule into a time period where it's all film and cutting film and all of those experiences. And it is interesting, you know, like in hindsight, because there's like moments where he meets Harvey Weinstein and stuff like that, and you're just like, oh. So like, it took me out of it a little bit. But like, you have also the moments where it's like, there's some diary entries where it's just like, nothing really happens. And, you know, they probably could have like filtered through some of this stuff, and that's the nature of like reading somebody's like daily diary. Not everything's going to be particularly interesting and compelling, but it is also so fascinating to be sitting there and reading somebody's just thoughts coming out there. And also somebody who has such great drive and perspective. And it's so interesting because like as a film fan, reading his experiences, connecting with all these famous people, it was fascinating. It was really enjoyable. And how like one guy can make it work. And this is such an inspiring story of how somebody with a little bit of money made his dream come true. And I think that's the biggest thing that Rebel Without a Crew has, is that passion, that drive. You know, him meeting people like Roger Ebert and Quentin Tarantino and those connections you build, and, you know, understanding the whole studio process. This is such an interesting peek behind the curtain in terms of like shopping films and bidding and what studios want, what studio notes are like, and all these different kinds of things, the stress of it. And there's moments where it's just like there's a lot of tension here and you feel all of it. Rodriguez is very honest. It's a good read. This is such a fascinating book, and it's definitely something that all cinephiles out there should go out and check out. But those are my thoughts on Rebel Without a Crew. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some books. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.